Cyberpunk 2077 is one of the most anticipated games of the last couple of years. So many players have been talking about it and getting super excited, and sometimes we've got very close to the release of Cyberpunk, only for CD Projekt Red to delay the game. This is now the closest we've ever been, and because we've been in similar situations before, there are quite a lot of hardcore players which have imagined exactly what it will feel like to play the game. Time and time again in their heads they've been replaying different moments, so that when it does come to Cyberpunk they know exactly what they want to do when it's released. And this is what we're going to be going through in this video. The first things players are going to be doing when Cyberpunk is released. Before I do get into the video, if you do want to see any more content from me, maybe even see me streaming this game live on the release date of Cyberpunk, then there is a link in the description down below which will take you over to the Twitch stream. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll get a notification the second these streams start on the 10th of December. This game should keep me occupied for the whole of December, so I am looking to do daily streams for the whole of this month and then possibly even going into January, but we'll see how things go. So if that is of interest to you, as said, there is a link in the description down below. Getting back into the video, the first things that players are going to be doing when they finally get into the gameplay of Cyberpunk 2077. And to help me figure out exactly what you guys are going to be doing, I put this post on the community tab. It says, "We are 8 days away from Cyberpunk 2077's release. It's very exciting times. What's the first thing you're all going to do when you get into the gameplay? Straight after you've customized your character and get right into Night City." Thank you to everyone that did interact with this post, either by giving it a thumbs up or even if you did leave a comment. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go through every single comment because there was quite a few of you which responded. If I was to go through each and every one and actually talk about it in depth, then this video would end up being an hour, maybe even longer than that. So I've gone through and I've picked some of the most popular comments. The first comment comes from Bereju the Black, and they say, "Meet up with the Moxes, do all their missions, have some fun exploring the city, and all of the lewd things." And this seems to be a reoccurring thing with doing lewd things, and some of you guys, you kind of creep me out, but each to their own. A lot of you guys did go and put comments in, and you're all very excited to finally go over to Night City and actually interact with the gangs. There's more people that want to interact with the gangs rather than interact with the megacorps. And I really thought it would have been the other way, as the megacorps are what is the most powerful thing within the Cyberpunk universe. But then again, going all the way back to the post that I'd put out round about a month ago, most of you guys did say that you were going to be going for the Street Kid life path. Actually, Corp ended up being the least popular life path to pick. So Bereju the Black and also the 28 people that like this comment, have fun meeting up with the Moxes, have fun doing all their mission, have fun exploring the city, and obviously have fun doing all the lewd things. The next comment comes from Victor HP, and they say, "Gonna play as a nomad. I just want to explore and do every side quest possible before heading into Night City." A very innocent comment until you look at the rest of it and then it says, "Then hookers and drugs, I guess." And there's those lewd things coming into play again. But exploring the city and doing as many different side quests is an option that a lot of players are very excited for. We've already talked about the city, but the side quests are a massive point where you can actually play through the side quests, complete the game without even doing any of the main missions. And not to mention, for those of you that did play The Witcher 3, you would understand that the side quests were absolutely amazing. And CD Projekt Red said they have used that system as just a test. And now they're actually ramping up massively for Cyberpunk 2077. So some of the side quests are going to be very, very popular. But the big question is whether or not these side quests will be just as popular as hookers and drugs. The next comment comes from Joker89, and they've actually got a list of exactly what they're going to do. Step 1, get a katana. Step 2, meet Judy. Step 3, romance Judy. Step 4, burn the city. Step 5, repeat steps 3 and 4. So many of you guys want to romance Judy, and I hope CD Projekt Red know this, and I hope that they've made her the hardest person to romance, because it'll be funny seeing everyone try and go after her, only for her to reject every single one of you. I actually really hope she would be harder to romance than even Adam Smasher, who I don't even think will have any romantic companionship with anyone. But Joker89 and also the 19 people that like this comment, have fun doing that. The next comment comes from Sophie Furman, and they say, "Straight up losing my sense of reality." And firstly, I want to congratulate you of being the first person that wasn't weird and sexual with Cyberpunk. And secondly, I think we're all going to be in the exact same boat. For me, on the release, I'm probably going to be spending 90% of my time playing this game. Once I'm done playing this game, I'm probably going to carry on streaming this game, only for me to then stop streaming and then go to bed and probably end up dreaming about this game and what I'm going to be doing the following day. But it's also perfect time for this release, even though it has been delayed quite a few times, because now it's at the point of releasing when people break up from school, they break up from college, university, work, some people will be taking time off. So I think Sophie ends up speaking for a lot of players. Lots of players that have just taken time off just so they can dedicate time to playing this game. And for certain countries, it would have been great if lockdown started on the 10th of December, because then there would have been no complaints, no issues at all. So yeah, we're all going to be losing our sense of reality. The next comment comes from Connor Gallahue, and they say, I'll be customizing my character for about 2 months probably. Cyberpunk 2077 character customization is crazy in depth, and you will be able to do some crazy things with it. I would love to be able to sit here and tell you all that I would be spending quite a bit of time customizing my character, but I know how much time I would spend customizing my character. I just can't create a good looking character for any type of game, and I'm sure it'll be exactly the same with Cyberpunk. But I am looking forward to everything that you guys create with your character, and on the day of Cyberpunk's release, if you are customizing your character and you are very proud of it, then definitely take a picture and tweet it to me, because I would love to see everything that you guys are creating. The next comment comes from Brett Colbert, and they know exactly what they're going to do for the opening part of the game. My first playthrough will be Nomad, so it'll take me a while to get to Night City. But when I get there, I'm gonna drive around and explore the entire city, buy all the items that I may need, and go to a couple clubs before I start any mission. Through the things that I've read so far, exploring is at the top of the list. And even though CD Projekt Red have said that the map is actually smaller from one side of the map to the other compared to The Witcher 3, it's actually built up with layers and verticality. So just because you're walking on one floor and you're not really seeing too much going on, doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be nothing in the floor above you. And once you count all of that verticality with Cyberpunk, it actually ends up being a lot more compared to The Witcher 3 and also other open world games that are currently out there. So if exploring isn't on the top of your list, it definitely should be somewhere up there. The next comment comes from Where's the Plane? And they say, after customization comes the true customization via implants and body hacks. I'm going to jump headfirst into grinding out modifications. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is probably what I'm going to be spending most of my time doing. Even though I tell you all the time that customization at the beginning of the game, despite it being a first-person camera game, that it is still very important. And it is, but not as important as the customization when it does come to actually getting into the gameplay. This is where it comes down to different types of clothing, which will give you resistance to different types of elements in the world, which will make you tougher against certain types of enemies. You can then have different types of cyberware, which could be offensive or defensive. This can also be broken down into different types of implants. You then have the skill tree, which you can field different attribute points into to customize your playstyle that you want to play. And not to mention that you can still get different types of weapons, which go into a number of different customization options. Not just aesthetically, but also you can change the features with weapon modifications and also weapon attachments. That might sound like the same thing, but it's not. You have your attachments which you can add to the gun, but your modifications could be different types of chipsets which you can input into the gun, and that will change how the weapon would behave, giving it different types of ammunition that you can use. The customization at the beginning is only a very small part of the overall customization. And as I am someone that does absolutely love grinding within games, this is probably where I'm going to be spending a lot of my time. So Where's the Plane? I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing that you're doing. The next comment comes from Yikes. This is very similar to what Where's the Plane just said, except they're going to be going down a different path and they actually have a goal in mind. They say, I'm going to invest everything into hacking and go to the rich people area and steal a parked car. Not many people have talked about hacking so far, and not many people have talked about vehicles, both of which are immensely in depth. I've seen quite a few people say that it'll be extremely easy just to find a hypercar and just steal it straight from the get-go. But not everything is as easy as breaking in a window, opening a car door, getting in and hotwiring it. Some vehicles can only be obtained by hacking into them, and by getting a knowledge for those hacking skills, you actually need to rank up quite a bit to get attribute points, and then put those attribute points into hacking abilities, so then you can hack into different vehicles to obtain them. So this is one of the things that's easier said than done, and I think Yikes knows that, as they said they will be investing everything into hacking. It'll also be a pretty fun playstyle. So Yikes, good luck to you on your journey when you finally get to play Cyberpunk, and also let me know how it goes. Let me know what types of vehicles that you're able to get with your hacking ability. But anyway guys, those are just some of the things that players are going to be doing first within Cyberpunk 2077 when it is released on December the 10th. For a lot of you guys, you have been waiting for a very long time. To think that earlier this year, that was when Cyberpunk was due to release in April. It kept on getting delayed, it got pushed back from April to September, September to November, and finally November to December. Now we're only a matter of days away from the release. So some of you guys have been planning for a very long time. A lot of the most popular ones is about exploring, going around the Badlands, as well as also going around Night City. Some of you guys want to go and interact with different types of gangs around the world and see what they have to offer for you. Others want to just carry on looking at the missions, such as main missions and even side quests. And some of you are just looking to do lewd things. But no matter what it is, I hope you do enjoy with Cyberpunk and doing what you actually plan to do for such a very long time. If you're interested in seeing what I get up to when playing Cyberpunk, then there is a link in the description down below which will take you over to the Twitch stream. Head over to there, drop a follow, and you'll be notified the second the stream starts up on December the 10th. And with this video, I somewhat judge some of your guys' decisions. You can head over to there and completely judge me and completely rip me apart. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.